Hello, and welcome back to Skies of Arcadia. In the previous episode, a lot of things happened. First, we did manage to defeat Galtian in thrilling combat aboard the Hydra, but then he made a clean getaway in the bridge/escape pod that he had behind him. And at that point, overcome with grief and guilt at her role to play in Galtian's plans, Beleza sacrificed herself to finally put an end to Galtian once and for all. And that, of course, left Ramirez alone at Soltis with his finger on the trigger of the Reins of Destruction. And right when he was about to fire it, the elders of the Sylvite civilization brought their entire shrine crashing down from space to destroy the shield and disable Soltis, giving us a chance to go in there and, well, fight Ramirez eventually. But before we do any of that, we have a quick pit stop to make at Crescent Isle, so let's just go in for a quick landing first. So, as you'll recall, a few episodes back, we left some materials with our resident swordsmith, so he should be done by now. Let's see what exactly he has to offer us. I think the merchant's quarters is over this way. Ah yes, here we are. Time to pick up our sword commission. Vice, I have finished forging the finest blade ever crafted. I present to you the Vorlic Blade. I received the Vorlic Blade. Since this blade was crafted solely for you, I customized the guard and pommel to fit your hand. This is the finest blade that I have ever created. May it serve you well. Now that I have an adequate forge, I can make weapons, yada yada. Okay, he said this before. So, we now have Vice's ultimate weapon in the game. Is there anything else that I need? I think I already bought all the good stuff. Do I need any accessories? I'm not sure if I actually looked at these. Allows the fighter to detect weak points. That is some attack and willpower up. Maybe it's worth giving this to Vice, actually. Those aren't bad stats. Shard of Purity. Huh. Protects the wearer from adverse effects, improves defense. Oh, and now we're back to, this stuff. Oh, the skullcap's not bad, although I think I have a couple of those. Sure. You know what? Let's throw this critical vision on Vice. Why not? Kinda goes with his eye thing. There we are. Now we get out of here. A great weapon in the hands of a novice will eventually find the hands of an expert. How deep. But let's also stock up on some first aid supplies. Oh, hello, Vice. Thanks to you, I have this wonderful lab where I can create medicines for you and your crew. I'm glad you like it. Ilkamus, I've been wanting to ask you, why did you decide to devote your entire life to medicine? Oh, I didn't know he had backstory here. Before you joined my crew, you lived on that little island all by yourself, mixing ingredients, making potions. Huh. You've been wondering why I decided to become a hermit? Well, I will tell you. Perhaps you will understand why I chose this life. My parents were both nobles from Upper City, so during my childhood I was well taken care of. Because of my family's wealth, I was able to buy all the books I wanted. I read all the time, you see. One day, on my way to the bookstore, I saw a very sick man from Lower City. He crawled into Upper City on his hands and knees. He was begging for money so he could buy medicine, but no one would help him. I ran to the shop to try and help the man, but when I returned he was already dead. I felt so helpless. From that day on, I decided I would devote my life to helping others. I spent days alone in my room, reading about all the different types of medicines and potions. In time, I became one of Valua's best researchers. I wanted to make medicines that the people in Lower City could afford. I wanted to help people, but Valua had other plans for me. They wanted me to make weapons for their military. Shortly after, I fled Valua and found an island where I could continue my studies. Sorry if my story seemed a bit long. I believe in you, Vice. Although you are a warrior, you are fighting for the right cause. And that is why I want to aid you in your fight. I will do everything in my power to assist you and your crew. Hello, Vice. Can I help you? Oh, well, that's very interesting. I guess not all of the upper city people are, or were, bad. But we're buying items here, so what do we want? Sacrum crystals? Yeah, you know what, let's just buy like 20 more, sure. Sacrulan crystals, I think I'm fine. Glyphs and such, I don't think. Oh, Rhizolum crystals? Yeah, you know what? Galshan did a number on my reserves of Rhizolum crystals. And now I can actually buy seeds. Ah, very cool, very cool. Something I can dump all these hundreds of thousands of gold into. But I'm not going to do that right now because that will take a lot of time. So I'm going to leave. Thank you very much. Please come again. And actually, this bit with the sword, that brings me to another thing that I can talk to you about regarding Skies of Arcadia Legends. For the GameCube. You see, after all of that mini side quest to get the materials and to bring Ryu Khan over here to build that ultimate sword, the best he's ever forged, you'd think that would be the best weapon in the game, wouldn't ya? Well, in Skies of Arcadia Legends, it is not. There is one more sword that is even more overpowered. Actually, I should equip it while I'm thinking of it. You see... Where is it? Yeah. 200 attack, 200% hit. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, these stats, they don't lie. This is crazy. But in Skies of Arcadia Legends, guess what? There's another sword with 250 attack and 250 hit. Why? That is one change to the game that I do not like. It completely invalidates everything you have to do to get the Vorlik blade, because there's just something that's leagues better. And I should point out that the Vorlik blade is already so much more powerful than any other weapon in the game. It's crazy. Oh well. That is not a problem in this game, because that sword that I was talking about is not here. Alrighty, so here we are, outside of Soltis and just outside the island formerly known as Shrine Island, which will be our entryway. Now, in the previous episode, Drachma offered to join the party, but I think for the time being we'll just stick with Gilder, because he's still the best at taking out hordes of enemies. Oh, come on, what is this? Oh, right. Well, descent complete, approaching Soltis. We'll try and get in through Shrine, what used to be Shrine Island. Oh, good idea. I don't want to find out what that light beam up above Soltis would do to us if we were to try and pass through it. Ah! Huh, look at that thing. Ah, damn, well, I guess things were going a little too smoothly. I would have been disappointed if we got into Soltis that easily. Yeah, there's gotta be a trench run of some kind, doesn't there? Now, what is this thing? Gadianos. Now, I have 17 spirit, which is quite a bit. Ooh, and I've got some fancy new cannons to try out. Well, I guess this is kind of a boss, maybe. Is it, though? Maybe not. Let's just see what we can do here. So we got cannons. How far does this go? All the way? Yeah, we're just gonna load a lot of damage right there. Let's see what this does. The Delphinus is not actually at full health. I guess I've neglected to heal it. Oh well. It's fine. Launch the torpedoes. Now, what are you gonna do? Yados Ray. Oh! Oh, that's kind of fancy looking. Does decent damage, actually. I might have to take this seriously. Especially if you do that every turn. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I think, yeah, that turn I was guarding. So that's good. Because that would have done an obscene amount of damage. Yeah, keep those shields up. What are you gonna do? Yeda Beam. Ah, that one isn't quite as strong. Okay, engage the cannons. Oh, that's some damage. What the heck was that? Sorry, guy. Yeah. To be honest, I wasn't expecting 30,000 damage out of that either. Huh. Okay. I guess the trench run ends right there. Huh. And I got a complete kit, the sparkling deck, and a moon gun. So once again, this is why you want Khalifa on your team, because I'm pretty sure that if you don't have her on active duty, you do not get at least the moon gun. And you kinda want that. It is the best sub-cannon in the game, after all. Okay, well that was a little anticlimactic. I did not expect to just smack that thing out of the sky like that. But hey, it's all good, it's all good. So, 5-inch cannon? Yeah, no, we have the moon gun now, which is more powerful, more accurate, uses less spirit, and can go for 1 turn longer. All around better. And where's that sparkling deck? Yeah, let's get rid of this old heavy armor deck. Oh my goodness, look at... What the heck is that defense? This is ludicrous. What? Okay. Sure, well, the Delphinus is a force to be reckoned with now. Ah. And now we're about to enter Shrine Island. Ooh, I don't know. This, nah. I didn't do anything this episode, so we're gonna keep going. No point in cutting it short now. So we, once again, walk down this long pathway that we first walked down so many, many episodes ago. And we enter the door. Ah, listen to that ethereal music. That really takes you back, doesn't it? Although I'm sure whatever I encounter in this part of the island is probably still the rundown, rusty, old stuff that I was fighting before. Are there doors around? Yes. This is a door. Where does it lead? Oh, it won't budge. The door seems to be stuck? Probably got jarred shut when this island collided with Soltis. Is that a door, or is that just a wall? I think the door opened just fine. Whatever, that's okay. Let's try this one. Is this any better? No. Can I... Oh, no, there's stairs. Alright, I can continue. Where does this lead? To another wall? Well, this is going just great. How about this one? One of these doors is gonna work. But it is not this one. Vice, you're running out of doors to try. Oh, I bet that one opens. How do I get there? Ah, stairs, of course. Now, back down here. Oh, look who's still lying around. It's our old friend, the Guardian. What's this thing made of? I've never seen this material before. Looks almost like gold. Doesn't feel like gold, though. How about that? Okay, big fancy door. Are you gonna work? Yeah, you are. Okay, okay. The adventure is not over yet. This place looks kind of run down too, though. It has likely not seen the, any sort of living being in quite a while. Yeah, don't want to fall down there. Camera, please? Thank you. Oh, right. I remember this room. But before we get into that, we have a battle. And this should be something new. So what's it gonna be? What is it gonna be? What are these things? Hoprill. Well, there's 4 of them. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna attack this one. Everybody can attack the far one. Yeah. And then Gilder can use Gunslinger and attack this one. There we go. Maybe that'll hit all of them? I hope so. Alright, Gilder, do your thing.
Come on. Dance for me.
This is why I kept you on board. Because nobody else can do 1,200 damage to multiple targets quite like that. And we get to see Vice's cool new sword, too.
I'm glad everyone is okay.
Now, the enemies here, they drop some real good stuff. If you're lucky. And they give a ton of magic experience. This is definitely endgame territory. In fact, everyone else has an ultimate weapon somewhere around here. But they're all dropped from combat, mind you. Oh, and we've got these little things. Delvax. Huh, a lot of little robots all over the place. They probably don't have a lot of health, though. So let's see what we can do with a little bit of Gunslinger. Oh, they're fast. 300 damage isn't bad. Yeah, give that thing a smack.
Over there.
Oh, and I should point out, they're running, what the heck? This is where the final Cupel, what are they, Chams? This is where the final Chams are located. There should be 2 of them within Soltis. Yeah, got them both. So we might just get to see the final evolution of Cupel.
That was easy.
Now, what do we got? How about you drop some real good items for me? Please? Nah. That would be too easy. But anyway, yes, this room is like a giant wagon wheel. There's a ton of these hallways and little connecting rooms. And it all comes together in the middle here. And I think one of the Chams is around this side somewhere. Oh, it's tough to say. I mean, if I fill out the entire map, I guess I'll find it. Let's go over here. No, nothing. Can I go back this way? Yes. Okay, what's down here? This is going to be a lot of wandering. Oh, and even more little robots. Hunters. Oh, there's a lot of these things. Well, Vice, you can attack this one. It doesn't really matter who attacks what. Let's just do... Yeah, let's do that. It'll be good. Zap. Now you stop that. Oh, they don't have a lot of health.
Over there.
Those things do, though. They're a little bulkier. But... Ah, you missed a couple. Darn it. Well, these things are pretty flimsy, too, it looks like. Yeah, they're not in the best condition. They have definitely deteriorated past near-mint condition. And what do we got? Nothing. Come on, guys. You're supposed to be dropping good items for me. Nothing that way. How about up here? What happens if we continue on along the outside? This leads down somewhere. Yeah, up, down, and all around. This is nothing. I can't go there. Oh, what the heck is this? This is a Draco Slith. I mean, I guess we're lucky to see all of these different kinds of enemies, but, oh, this thing looks mean. No, this is the time for single target attacks, thank you. Let's also maybe use magic? This thing's red, so purple magic should do a lot. Oh, they have health. Of course they do. Of course they have a ton of health. Okay, Vice, cut this thing down to size. This is what your new sword is for. Oh, and that's only like a quarter of the way there.
Moons, give me strength.
Well, Fina, what is this gonna do? Oh, okay, that's not bad. Maybe if I switched everybody over to purple weapons, they'd do a little more damage. Oh, that was a surprise round. Excellent. Good. Then we do this again. And you can attack. I guess it doesn't... no, I'm not gonna keep burning through my MP. And Gilder, yeah, sure, go for it. And this time you do quite a bit more damage. Excellent. See, that is the power of knowing your type matchups. Or, color matchups, I suppose. Yeah, get out of here. I am lucky that was a surprise attack.
That was easy.
Yeah, speak for yourself, Vice. Okay, we got a couple level ups, that's good. And, oh yeah, 2 of them are actually maxed out on purple magic already. So where am I going here? I can go back to the center. Or I can go this way? Ah ha ha, here we go. Cupel is responding to... Oh, it's in the room above me. Okay, so I know where it is. It is in the northernmost center room. And of course, there are even more terrifying enemies. A Garagor. Well, we're going red to take this thing out. Oh, no, one too many times. Here we go. And one more. How much health does this thing have? Oh, yeah, about just as much. Great. My favorite. Maybe not quite as much. Yeah, that definitely put a dent in it. Oh, that's where its face is? Okay, well, yeah, you can use Cutlass Fury, that'll be just fine. And the counterattack. Maybe I shouldn't be attacking with Fina when she's so low on health. That would be the smart move. Or maybe I should actually heal my party members.
Let us be thankful for our safety.
Yeah, we should be real thankful. However, maybe this thing dropped a cool item, right? No. Okay, Aika, I'm gonna need you just real quick. Yeah, let's get Fina back up there. Okay, we're good. We're good. Now, how do I get to that room? I can go up this way. This might lead me there. Can I go back around here? Yes? Kind of looks like I can. Yes, I definitely can. And then up here... Cupel, are you gonna... Yeah, you're gonna react? Cupel reacts. Ah, there's the Cham. Excellent. This should be the second last one, assuming I haven't missed any. Here you go, Cupel. Now, you shouldn't evolve from this, and you didn't. So that's good, I'm still on the right track. Now down here, did I see another hallway? Is this the way out? Oh, it is. Very good. Where does this lead? Oh. Okay, this is probably safe. Let's just, yeah, skip over all that and go through another door. Oh. Well, this is something. This is definitely something else. And, this episode's gonna go on for a long time if I keep going. So, I think... Because there's no save point around here, is there? Whoa, hang on. Cupel, Cham. There's two Chams right side by side. Okay. That would have been a weird place to end the episode without finding this Cham. So here you go, Cupel. Munch, munch, munch. And you did not evolve. What? Did I miss a Cham? I don't think I did. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on that. But I think I am going to leave this episode right here. It's kind of a new area, so it sort of makes sense. So, if you enjoyed this episode, then please leave a like, a comment, subscribe. And I do hope that you join me again next time for the next exciting episode of this, as we continue our journey through Soltis. Till then, ta-ta!